Hello, everybody. It's that time again. We're going live. Uh, welcome back. Welcome back. I've sure missed doing these. It's been, I took a break for a few months, but we are back. So if you just want to even put some reminders in your phone or little alarms or on your calendar or whatever, just to remind you that and depending on where you're watching, but especially if you're in one of our groups, you get this twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon, and on the public Facebook page and everything, it's just on Tuesdays at noon. So definitely, if you're watching in one of the groups today, you can have access to these twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon. So and we'll go for 30 minutes and just be available to answer any questions, to look at the energy of the day, and just whatever comes up for you. It's just this time for me to just love on all of you guys and share and serve in whatever capacity I can do so. So welcome. Okay, let's see here. Throw that up here. Okay, good. We're having some people roll in. If you're watching in one of the groups, because make sure that if you want me to know who you are, it helps to have helps for you to give StreamYard permission so that I can see your name. If not, it just says Facebook user. And that's just because I'm streaming to multiple places, and for security and for privacy reasons, then when it puts it all in my comment thing here on my stream, I don't get to see who comments unless there's permission. So yeah, and I think it's it's like the streamyard.com/Facebook, I think is what it is. You can give permission there. So anyway, okay, a couple things. Just wanting to remind you guys before we get started, and you guys can start putting questions, things in the comments. You guys can start adding those. But as a reminder, you guys, we have the Develop Your Eyes to See Light 7-day expansion starting on Monday. Now, the reason why we are doing this 7-day expansion, well, one, we're calling it expansion instead of challenge. Challenges are super popular right now. You do 7-day challenge, you do this challenge, you do this challenge. I was like, you know what? I don't want something. I didn't want a challenge, but I wanted intensity and I wanted focus. And like my team and I were talking about this, like how do we maybe do some kind of something that we could something that could be a catalyst for more light, right? Like in this world right now, there's darkness and people are facing darkness, and the only thing that dispels darkness is light. And light can look a lot of different ways depending on the area of your life. And so we wanted to focus on light, bring in more light in all these areas of life, and to share things to help others. Like that's why it's called Develop Your Eyes to See Light. It's to help you guys to heighten your abilities to see light, to experience light, and what it looks like in all these areas of your life. So I just wanted to mention that it starts on Monday and it is for 7 days. We have things every single day. And there's 2 different options, whether you choose just the basic you want to participate, or if you want a VIP option, which gives you an additional, like I do a couple extra like readings, focuses there. We have like Healy resonance. You can get light frequencies. We're going to do lights and healing frequencies every day, as well as in the VIP, you get a PDF printable with like journaling activities, like visual exercises, like different activities that you can print off, and that's and lifetime recordings of it. So whether you just want to participate in the basic for $17 or the advanced VIP experience for $77, that's available, and it's just at iamlivinglight.com. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention about this experience, or this is the last thing to mention about this, is those that are in the Intuition Gym membership get it for free. You get the VIP experience for free, just as being a member. So, and here's, if you know anyone, if you are a member, please spread the word to like anyone who you know, like they can join the experience. And if they wanted to join the gym, I have a coupon code called Light Annual. Well, the coupon code, I want to put this here. Oh yeah, please. Yeah. Thank you, Natalie, putting the websites there. If they wanted to join the membership, the Intuition Gym and be a member, they can use this coupon code to get basically what they would pay for the VIP experience, $77. They can use this coupon code of Light Annual and get $77 off an annual membership. So basically, it's like they're buying the experience, but it goes right into the membership and they get it for free. So that's a really cool thing. So if you want to share that, or if they get $5 off if they just chose a Light monthly as a coupon code. So I want to mention that to you guys. It's well worth it. Like this world, like let's just blast more light on this world. What we focus on grows. So we're going to do 7 days of focus and intention and expansion on this light. So I hope you guys join me. I'm excited to share. Actually, my whole team. We've been prepping, and we got some cool stuff. And I'm excited to share with you, like, because as I see light and I see things in the many different forms, I'm also going to be sharing a lot of that next week. So anyway, I had to mention that. You won't want to miss it. Yeah, so much goodness on that. Okay, so I want to make sure I have plenty of time to answer some questions today. I'm going to do a quick energy of the day. And it's actually kind of the couple days. I say energy of the day, but since I did a reading on Tuesday, we got to see what the energy was looking at like for those couple days. And we're going to look at the energy right now that's kind of like in this couple days experience. So, okay, there's two things kind of that I'm immediately seeing here. So I'm seeing like there's a cloud energy in like above people's minds. So there is going to be kind of a cloudiness or like maybe a little bit of confusion, maybe seeking some direction, wanting clarity, feeling a little lost, like, oh man, what is this? Like I can't see through. So there's a little bit of a cloudy energy coming through, creating some just not being able to see as clearly as usual. But I've got to say, right above that is like this golden like message energy coming down from God, from the divine. There's this divine message that's coming in, and it's a little bit more I don't want to say quiet like a whisper, but it's more like, okay, like a meeting, like a solemn meeting. Okay, here's what we got to do and here's what's going on. So this message is coming down pretty strong, but then we've got this cloudiness here. So if you can almost ignore, I don't want to say ignore, but just take a step back, and trust that the message is still there. You just can't focus on the cloud. It reminds me of a foggy day. Okay. Just because there's fog on the ground, it doesn't mean that the sun disappeared, right? The sun is still there. So this message is still there. We just have to focus on the light and not the cloudy confusion and energy that might be there in our heads. So, the other phrase that is coming to my mind, and I just feel like I just want to share this experience that I had one time. So, one time I was stuck in traffic, and I was driving, and it was a cloudy day. It had been raining, but it was a cloudy day, and I was stuck in traffic. And so I'm just focused. My eyes were focused on the traffic in front of me, and kind of the cloudiness of the day and the traffic. And I was just kind of feeling that energy as I was looking around. And then I heard a voice pop in, and it said, "Look to the sky." And I looked up, and in this one part of the sky, the sun was breaking through the clouds, and like the sun rays were coming through out of the clouds. And my daughter always used to call it like, "Look, mom, Jesus is coming," because it was like the sun coming out of the sky. So you can kind of get what that looks like, right? The sun and the sun rays breaking through the clouds. And it was just in this one little spot. And the rest of the sky was cloudy, and I still had the traffic. But then it just was kind of this reminder to look up and use those higher perspectives, right? When I'm looking up, I could see the hope. I could see the sun rays. I could see that the sun was there and it was breaking through the clouds. So that's a great reminder for all of you guys. So if you're feeling the clouds, if you're feeling like there's any of that cloudiness, then look up, look above it. Don't be too focused on this in front of you. That's temporary and it's not going to last. So anyway, How does that resonate, you guys? Is that kind of fitting for what you're facing today or what you're experiencing? I always love to hear that. So take a step back, higher perspectives, trust, and know that those messages are there. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. I'm loving these comments. Yes, I don't know who this is, but yay, you can't wait for that light expansion. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun. Um, okay, so what are you guys doing? What are you guys working through today? Like how can I help? Let's see here. Okay, I'm seeing some comments come through. It just took a minute. All right, let's see here. Okay, Nicole, I'm going to pull yours up here. Yes, you are resonating with that. That's great. Um, I'm getting so much more clarity on my purpose and where I'm going, but I'm much less clear on the best action steps to take right now. Can you tune into the energy of my next best steps? So really, really good. And that kind of goes along too with what I was talking about, where the answers are there. So it's like right above you, but it's just you just can't quite get the clarity and see exactly what to do. So let's see here. Let me just look at the energy of what's going on around your head. Okay, well, so let's see here. So here's Nicole. Okay, so the energy that I'm seeing around you is like options and possibilities. And it's too much connection with your head to going, well, I could do this, or 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 there's this over here, and there's this over here. It's like there's too many directions. Oh, I fuzzed out for a minute. But there's too many directions that your mind is trying to go into trying to figure it out. So it's like do, 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 do. And so I just feel like just like what I would do is just like stop all of those for a minute, like they can still be there as possibilities, but just stop for a minute and disengage the brain from those possibilities and instead just go more inward. And I feel like listening to your heart and like opening the ears and heart. So leaning into feeling with your heart and hearing, like, and so like disengage from here and then what is it for you, and follow the heart. It's like if there's something that comes to your mind in that space, like if it's not one of those things and it's just like, okay, I have this impression, and you feel that heart expand or that heart get excited, and then lean in and you kind of like hear, okay, this could be it, and trust and do that. um, so it's less about thinking and more about feeling at this particular moment to get those answers that you're looking for. So anyway, let me know how that is. Oh, here we go. Yes, my hurl in my head in a world of possibilities, overwhelmed by them all. Yep. So they're all there, but let's just, yep, disengage and lean in. Love it. Connect to your heart. Yes, love it. Heart, listen, and feel. You're so good with words. I love how you like distill. You're a distiller of it. I love it. That's why, like, whenever I speak, I love how you just like, okay, so here, and distill it. So perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's see, Ashley. Let's see what here. Why can you see why it seems I'm more susceptible to trauma, or why I have a massive fear around getting sick? What do I need to do to surrender? Okay, so the first thing, wow, yeah, I can feel that. There's like a fear, a panic feeling in the chest. And it's not just around getting sick, it's around the word that I heard was weak. So it's like I can't feel weak. If you feel weak, then it feels like you're in danger. So I'm going to kind of just take a step back for a minute and look at see what that is. Okay, it feels like there's some, like maybe some generational stuff going on, but I also maybe feel like there's something even from childhood and something tied with your throat and your voice, because it's something about like, okay, when I speak up, it feels very scary. So whatever this is too is like trauma about speaking up, speaking thoughts, speaking up for yourself, or speaking, and then it could just go wrong or say the wrong thing, or someone, it feels like there's a reaction from someone around you that feels very unsafe. And it feels like that, oh, I'm not safe. I don't know if I can talk. I don't know if I can express this. Um, and also, too, it feels like there's also a tie to not being able to speak up for your needs. So let's say you do feel like you're starting to wear yourself too thin, and maybe you're feeling your health or your capacity start to diminish, and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm depleting, like I'm just starting to dwindle and deplete. You're not able to speak up to say, you know what, I'm feeling a little tired right now. I'm going to take a nap, or I'm going to say no, or I'm going to disengage from whatever it is so I can take care of me for a minute. It feels like you can't, like there's this fear about speaking up about it ahead of time. And so then your body starts to get loud. It wants to get sick. It wants to shut down, and it's going to shut down more because you're not honoring or listening or speaking up ahead of time. So breathing is going to be like your best friend through it. And I would start to breathe and to speak up in advance, like way ahead of time, when it feels like it's no big deal and it feels like you could dismiss yourself really easily, like, oh, it's not that bad, come on, you can just suck it up, you can just be strong for a minute, I just got to like deal with it. Like, that's actually the moment that you can speak up better, and you just have to breathe and speak up, because by the time it gets down here and you've built it up here, that trauma response is so big that it might just shut you down and freeze you up even more. So let me know how that feels. How does that resonate for you, Ashley? And also to like, I would even, so the breathing, but I would even like this, I would even like maybe put your hand on your chest and repeat some kind of mantra to yourself, like, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe to speak up, I am safe, I am safe. Like, I like hold it. You could even kind of rock it. Oh man, what the freak? Hold on. Oh, that feels like it's canceling out a huge chunk of something. Oh, like it was painful. Like it was like not safe. And like even in the head and sinuses, not safe to speak up. So, okay, say that I'm safe. You can like hold yourself, like hold right here, hold yourself, caress your hand. These are some calming points when you're going through it. With the way that the sinuses are kicking in right here too, I would also say there's something with not safe to speak emotions. Allow yourself to feel stronger and to validate your emotions and to let them come out. They're safe. They're safe. They're safe. Okay, Ashley, that is a ton coming up, my dear. Like, holy moly. Holy moly, Batman. Like, breathe through that. Maybe even just like wherever you like requires a little extra support, hold it. Repeat that, the mantra, whatever you've got, and then just to help yourself feel safe as it processes it, because there's a lot of trauma energy that's freaking out. And so also to be very compassionate. Trauma energy is no joke. Like it goes really deep. There's not a lot of logic and reasoning behind it, and it can have very deep wiring. And so just be compassionate with yourself through it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Let's just. Oh. Okay. Sending you love on that one, Ashley. That was a lot. Lots of compassion. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next question. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Carissa. Yay. Okay, let's read this. Can I get a reading, please? My family's been struggling with financial situation for a while, and I would love some insight on whether I need to be taking more action or what blocks there may be to work on. Okay, let me look at the energy between you and money. So, and you are welcome, Ashley. I just want to validate you on that. Like, Ashley, it's a lot. So definitely, like, don't feel weak or that you're something's wrong with you. Just know that it's big and you're doing great, and it's a big thing to face. So, okay. All right, Carissa, let's look at you and money. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing for you, Carissa, is that something about it is tied to your hands. Like I'm seeing, and there's some messages there. It feels like even messages as a child. I'm gonna look too to see what connection with spouse and stuff with like husband. But there's some messages like from childhood. Um, I don't know where you are on your like your siblings, like your brothers and sisters, but it feels like maybe you were one of the younger ones or you had some older ones. And it feels like it feels like, oh, don't give this to Carissa. She can't be responsible for it. So like maybe there was some kind of experience where it's like you were holding something fragile or something really important and you dropped it. Or maybe you've had a history of maybe there were moments in your life where you mismanaged money and you weren't, wise steward and you feel like you spent it in the wrong places or wasted or whatever. Or maybe some other people were sending you messages like you cannot be trusted with it, but there's some kind of belief system or energy tied to like your hands, like you can't be trusted if it's in your hands and if you're holding it, like you're going to drop it or be irresponsible with it. So I would just say, actually, what could be beneficial is to go talk to your little girl inside of you. Why don't you hand her something really important and let her feel responsible and like she can hold it and she can manage it. See her like doing good things with it and like stepping up and being very like responsible. Like, yes, I can do this. I can hold it and I can be a wise steward and look after it in the best way. And let your little girl feel that like, yes, I can do it. And then allow that to trickle into you feeling like capacity and capable and able, right? That's your abilities. Can you do it? And how well can you do it is your capacity. So capacity and ability. I love those two things. So increase that. Talk to your little girl about it. Um, and then it's interesting because some of what you've felt, there's like this message that comes off of you. And I can see that also going to maybe a spouse, or maybe there's a mistrust because there's a mistrust of self. Then it's also projecting onto maybe mistrusting a spouse and a husband of, I don't trust that you're going to do good with money either. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to manage it well or handle it well. And so think about the energetic implications of that. If you don't feel like you're going to be able to take good care of it and be responsible and be a good steward over it, then you don't want it. It's like if somebody says, "Here, can you babysit my pet?" and you have this fear, I'm going to kill your pet or I'm going to kill your, like somebody says, "Here, water my plants." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I kill plants. If you ask me to take care of your plants, I'm going to kill them. They're going to come back to you dead." And so it's like if you have those beliefs around money, then you're going to repel it. Because like, don't give it to me because I'm not good with it. I'm going to kill the money. Like, don't send it. So there's kind of that, like, yeah, send me the money because I will water it. I will take care of it. I will be mindful of it. I will. And imagine that it's this money plant. And how can your money plant grow and flourish? And you're going to know when it's the right time to water it. And you're going to know when it's the right time to prune it. And you're going to be able to watch it grow. And maybe there's some flowers that are going to get off of it or grow off of it. So totally picture that money as a plant and that you are responsible. And people can give you money and give you more plants, and you know that you can take care of them and they can replenish and they can multiply, and then you're going to have more plants. You're going to have like baby sprouts of plants and then you can give that to others, right? So just picture this like, oh yeah, I got this, I can take care of it, and it can then be this flow. So that was a really kind of cool visual. I like that. And I feel like that was visual. It was also to serve some other people. So thank you for asking that question. It's a great visual. And there's a little bit like it's interesting. So, April, you asked about money, and there's some strands of that. I feel to answer for you too, to picture it being that plant, and even some strands and some similarities there around money and being cut off and feeling like maybe you didn't manage well at some point earlier in your life. Um, it feels like maybe you were just like didn't think through something, or just made an investment or purchases that maybe other people didn't think were wise purchases. And so you judged yourself like, oh, I can't trust myself with my decisions with money. So definitely kind of the same advice and reading on that. That money plant thing would be really good. Like allow that to grow and to feel true for you, like it's growing. Um Oh, that's funny. So look at that, April. Yeah. You've called it. Okay, that's cool. That's cool because it felt like for you too, April. And Carissa, that's awesome. You are welcome. Okay, let's see here. We've got okay, I'm gonna quickly do these last two, and then I do have to top off. But I'll do these last two just because I was a few minutes late with I had to pick up my daughter from school. She was sick. And I squeaked in the house right on time, but I had to get my computer up. Okay, anyway. Sharon, I love this. I'm trying to find my energy. I met you at the conference. I believe in all of us joining for a better life. Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Because your light and my light and everybody else's light here, like it's unique, one of a kind. It's like a color strand, a one of a kind color strand. And how cool is it going to be if we're all um doing sharing our color lights. And I got to say, Sharon, like there wasn't a specific question that you asked or anything, but I do just want to also just share oh man, there's something about your light, and that I just feel like there's this um I just want to tell you to like sing it from the rooftops. Like you're brighter than you know, sing it from the rooftops. And so there's something there. I just see like a lot of color and light coming from you through your mouth, through your voice. So anyway, sending you love on that. Keep shining bright. And I'm so glad you're here in this space. So glad. Okay. Where was the other one? Okay, we'll do this one. If you have time, could you help me? Major trauma this week in my family. I don't even know what to ask for. My mom heart is broken. Ah, I'm so sorry. Let's see here. Let me make sure. Oh, there's somebody missed up here. Okay. Just look up here. Okay, Stacy, I see your comment as well. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna look at the trauma, and then I'm gonna look at Stacy's, and then I gotta hop off. Which one was Melissa? Melissa, was that your trauma in your family in Mama Heart? Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I definitely see the heartache. I see it around your eyes. It's like something like maybe some kind of situation or something like maybe you saw or that you were aware of, and it was just something or that you're seeing happening play out. But it's definitely some of that difficulty around the eyes and what you're seeing with it. Um, the things with loved ones, and especially with a child and stuff that you rear up and you raise. We have hopes for our children. We have dreams. We have almost sometimes we have images in our mind of what we want things to look like, right? It's like dreams of like what we want for our children, what we want them to experience, the relationships we want to have. Like there's these overimposed images. And then real life kicks in and it doesn't match those images sometimes. And it sucks. And it's like hard. And there's a place where we have to almost let those images and some of those things of mothering or the desires that we have for our children, like we have to let them die. like literally sacrifice them because they are their own person. They make their own choices. And if you think of it that way, it's a moment of death. And it really can be very, very difficult because what happens when there's a death of something? You have to grieve, you have to mourn, you have to let go and release all of these hopes and dreams and expectations and images of what you wanted to see for them or for you together. And so allow yourself that opportunity to grieve and to mourn because it is a death in some way. And so it feels like there's this death, and it feels like, and here's the other second part that's really hard is sometimes to stand back and to watch a loved one suffer and to go through something hard, and you just have to stand and watch, and you cannot save, you cannot make it better, you can't, like, you can't even eliminate it. Like, sometimes you just have to watch it really be painful. And your role then becomes, instead of like, oh, here, let me help you, your role then becomes a side by side one and going, this is really hard, and you can do it. Like, I don't know why this is happening, or maybe there's a consequence of their own choice. And it's like, it's hard. And I see you and I know it's hard and I love you and I know you can do this. And it's just that kind of role where you can't save them, you can't make it better, but you can be there as a supportive and a cheerleading role. So it's hard. It's hard. So I just want to send you love on that. Be patient and know that it is grieving a death type thing, and that it's going to look different. It means that there's something that is going to shift and change for you, and your role might. This is the way that it can be cleaned up. I think of our Father in heaven, and like, how many times are we told, or even to come unto Christ? We're invited to come into His presence. If we choose to sit in the darkness because He honors our agency, yes, sometimes he can send angels, he can send people to try to comfort us, but ultimately it's our choice on whether or not we're going to sit in the darkness or we're going to seek the light. And this is the same kind of pattern that we have in our lives. Is there's a time that we just have to sit in our space and be as healed and whole and happy and loving as we can, and we just have to see someone choose to sit in the darkness, and we have to invite them to come into the light, or come here, come. This is one of the ways that I've found to find light, but ultimately, like, you can't do anything. It's them having to choose the light. And maybe you can't even help them at all. It has to be someone else. They have to choose it. And so just have patience and love through that process. Sending you so much love. So much love. Okay, back to Sharon here. Yes, you talk about how I was told I was an earth angel. Yes, totally. Love that. Love and serve. Okay, let's see here. And April, that was cool to hear how it resonated with you. I love that you already have a money tree and flowers. Okay, let's see here. Oh, where was I going? Oh, Stacy, where did you go? Okay, Stacy, let's look to see what is going on in your jaw. So let me see. Hold on. Trying to see if this is something else. Sorry, there is a serious level of attack on the mind right now. Anybody else feeling it? Anybody else feeling like a sharpness in the head? Maybe a headache starting, or all of a sudden like a cloudy vision, something coming in. I'm just curious to see, because this feels like it's bigger than just one person. Is this happening in the group? Is this happening in general? Is this collective? Okay, actually, this feels like it's a little bit of like collective stuff. Oh, okay, look at this. Interesting. Yes. Okay. Yes. All week you're getting this. Okay. So I'm seeing like a hammer energy coming down on people's heads, especially on that left side, which could definitely be leaning towards past, like, oh, like reminding you of all your failures and all the past things that didn't work out, making you feel like a loser, not good enough, never enough. Um, what are you thinking? Who do you think you are? Oh, it's just a sneaky adversarial thing going on in a lot of us right now in collective. So it's hitting you on your head, thinking about the symbolism there. Like if you get bonked on the head, you feel a little like, oh, dizzy, like, oh man, what just happened? Okay, that's what's going on here. So I'm going to just say, if you guys wanted some energetic support on this right now, I'm going to just do a little bit of a clearing and you can just choose in to receive some of this sending it away thing. So just agency wise, if you want to choose to receive it. It was absolutely adversarial in nature, which, like I talk about the scale of light, 100% is like God light, and then 100% is like dark. It was down here in the dark. So, um, anyway, so let's send that away and rise up. Like we do not need to be hit like this. Today I had an experience because I was feeling some hits and I had this reminder. I called it my warrior woke up. My warrior queen was awake today. It was like, because I could see it. And I felt like just inviting each of you. And the a couple things that came in, actually, I was reminded of like my warrior side waking up was also the reminder to that I'm a warrior of light and I could see the armor of light. I could see the armor all around. And I was reminded that the armor, don't put on our armor. Armor is heavy, but if we put on the armor of God and the armor of light, it is light. It is easy. It's his armor. He carries it. We don't, but it can be around us. And so it's not heavy. Our armor turns into shadow armor where we could push people away or create barriers or create those hard things or take too much of it on ourselves and try to carry too much or try to take all the hits ourselves. That is going to exhaust us. It is not good to do. So I was reminded of armor of light. And all of the different ways you can do that. Is that physically, mentally, emotionally? Where is your armor feeling weakened? Level up, level up. That was my reminder. And anyway, that was my reminder, and I feel like that is absolutely for a lot of us. Okay, Stacy, back to your jaw here. Thank you for that. Sorry, it was coming in really strong here. Okay, Stacy, what are you not saying? What hard thing are you not saying? It feels like there's something that you like deep down want to say, but it's like, no, that's going to be too rude. I can't, that's going to be too cruel, or that's not going to be Christ-like. That's not going to be nice. So you've just like, nope, I can't say that. So what hard thing are you not saying is at risk of sounding mean or rude? And not that you have to speak that to the person. Although I do feel like there might be some level of speaking up for you. I feel like there could be, at least say it. Where can you say it? Can you speak it? Can you yell it? Can you yell it in your car? Can you go talk to a tree? Can you swear? Like maybe there's something like really awful that's inside of you and you're just like, you just need to like, bah, that's the way it is. Um, Sometimes when we want to say the nice thing, even like energetically, sometimes we're like, well, I don't want to send that energy out into the world. BS, the energy's there anyway. We got to get it out in order to clean it out. So say it, journal it, speak it wherever you need to speak it. Even you could even maybe just imagine speaking spirit to spirit, like imagine that person's spirit in front of you and just lay it out there, and then you can clear it up. And then you can be like, man, I'm sorry for feeling that way. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for harboring all of that yuck inside me. That's not a bad thing that you are harboring that. It's a human thing. So get it out. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for having that. Thank you for helping to teach me. And I love you. Right. Like to go through those little Ho'oponopono steps after, but get it out. Let the awful thing come out without risk or feeling like you have to be nice. Oh my gosh, it feels like there's so much like parental and generational and like traditions, all these beliefs of people telling you, you got to talk nice, you got to be a nice girl, stop being the nice girl and say the hard thing. Like, okay, that felt like the spirit telling me to tell you that. I'm not saying that. I wanted to be super soft and like gentle with you, Stacy, and it was like boom. It was like trying to like come through and just like coming through strong and just like say the hard thing. Say the thing that is making you go, "Oh, I can't say that. I can't talk like that." Talk like that. But the question is, how can you talk like that and not be hurtful to a person, right? And that's where the and comes in. Can you journal it? Can you speak it in your car? Can you, um, is there a safe place you can verbalize it? Like, where can you say it, get out the yuck of it, and then maybe you can refine it so it can be said in another place. Okay, my friends, it is time. I apologize. I do have to hop off. I went a little bit over today, but it felt like there was some fire coming through that I was supposed to speak on today. So that was cool. I love it that when that happens. It's like the heavens go, Martina, you got to say this. And I'm like, whoa, what? It's fun. Okay, exactly. You can say the hard things with great love. As I always say, like, here's truth. So here's the truth. You can say the hard thing. I like to picture it. You wrap it in love. Like Princess Bride, if you think he had to take that big giant pill and they wrapped it in chocolate to help it go down. So that's the same thing. You take the truth, you wrap it in this chocolate love, and then you're not even the messenger. Let the spirit be the messenger. They're the one knocking on the door saying, hey, here's this truth that needs to be said. And then the person will take it because it's delivered by the spirit, wrapped in love. And then the truth, it might be hard to swallow, but it's going to go down a lot easier. So, okay, love you all. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget, we have next week on Monday starting the 7-day expansion, Developing Eyes to See Light. If you're already an Intuition Gym member, you get the VIP experience. If not, you guys, we made it super affordable. 7 days of this coaching and experiences, right? 7 days of experiences and expanding our ability to see light for only $17, or VIP, which gets you the recording, more of the live readings with me, the light and the frequency healing every single day, as well as a PDF with extra activities, journaling, visualizations, like lots of little different things there too. And if you wanted to do that, it's only $77 for the VIP. You can join the gym as well and use a coupon code for using that $77 off of a membership as well. So check it out. Theintuitiongym.com is for the membership, or the I Am Living Light underneath courses is where you can opt into, if you're not a member. If you're not a gym member, then you go there. But if you are a gym member, you just comment on the post and we add you to the Facebook group. So anyway, love you all. Have a great day. Bye.